Right, what is going on, guys? JJ Richards here, and welcome back to another gym review video. And this is the one that everyone has been telling me that I've got to do. So we are finally, as you can see behind me, at UltraFlex in Rotherham. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit tired because it's about 3.5 hour drive from where we are. We had to go somewhere else on the way, so we've been in the van for about 4.5 hours. So I'm feeling a little bit tired, but we're going to hopefully go and get some pre-workout in. Today is going to be back day, so I'm excited. I know they're going to have some cool kit. This gym is actually owned by Cuba, who is a very well-respected IFBB pro and coach, so you know full well that they're going to have some absolute beautiful bits of equipment in there. So let's go in there, because I'm excited. I've not even been in there yet, so let's go. So I hope you enjoyed that montage introduction. As you can see from the clips, this gym is absolutely insane, which was to be expected. And this is the third UltraFlex gym that I've now had the pleasure of training in. So as we discussed today, we were hitting back. I'll apologise in advance if the videography isn't great. I was riding solo, so I had to set the tripod up and make sure I got all the right angles. But to be fair, usually you'd be a bit of a weirdo with a tripod in the gym, but it seemed in here every other person had a tripod, so I fit right in. So first exercise then was this pull down machine from Prime. Again, I tend to find that whenever I go to UltraFlexes, I prefer using a Prime kit, just because it's not something you see in many gyms these days. They also had the Nautilus version of this one, which I have used before. So normally I would go for that one, but I thought I'd opt for the Prime just because I've not used this style of machine before. And it was really nice. I like the movable handles, so it really targets the lats. This, again, another Prime piece of equipment. I've used this one before when we were in the UltraFlex in Hull. And this is it's kind of like a seated bent over row. It's really nice for targeting that kind of mid-back and the lats. And I tend to find that when I'm kind of training in gyms that I've not really used before, my kind of set format is always the same. So I always do like 3 to 4 field sets just to kind of gauge what working weight. Then I'll do one working set, and that's kind of my heavy set where I try and aim for kind of around the 8 rep mark. And then after that, I'll always do a back off set where I normally aim for about 12 to 15 reps. So that's pretty much the set format that I did for the most of the session. This was actually a Nautilus pull down, which I've actually never seen before. And to be fair, when I saw it at first, I didn't even recognize it as a Nautilus piece of kit. But this was really, really nice. You can see the form was a little bit sloppy, and this was a really, really surprising piece of equipment, because on this back off set, I only actually put one plate on it. However, when you go from 1 plate to 2 plate, the increase in weight is absolutely insane. Like 1 plate feels an absolute doddle. I was able to do like 15-20 reps, no problem. But then 2 plates aside, like 8 reps was really, really heavy. So yeah, normally I always tend to find that I go up plate by plate. It's probably just an ego thing. However, with this one, I probably should have gradually increased the weight and used the 10s rather than just doing the 20s. So I always feel that whenever I go to like gyms, I'm always quite married to the thought of using machines just because I like to use things I've not used before. But I don't feel like you've had a good workout unless you've just done some good old-fashioned dumbbell or barbell work. My hamstrings were on fire from training legs the day before, so we opted for a dumbbell row. And because usually when you go to gyms, it's very rare that the dumbbells will surpass 50 kilos, so I thought I would use the opportunity. I'll apologise for this view right here, but that's quite a peachy glute right there. So I thought I'd use the advantage of having some heavier weights, and we just did 2 sets of a dumbbell row. And then, sorry, this angle is absolutely terrible, but you can get the kind of gist of what I'm trying to do. So I just wanted to do like a lat bias pull down, and normally I would kind of use a long rope. However, I couldn't seem to find one. So what I opted for instead is just doing a single arm, just so I can make sure the line of pull through the shoulder elbow is in line, so I can make sure I'm really emphasizing on the lats. So that's why we just went for a single arm on this one, rather than typically I would do both arms together, but I would use a long rope. To be fair, they must have had one somewhere. I think I was going blind because in this gym they seem to have every single attachment and more, so it's probably just me being blind. This was the final exercise to finish off with. Again, another prime piece of equipment, and I actually just went to the good old-fashioned way of bodybuilding training where we did 3 sets of 15. Just wanted to get some blood into the back, just finish off, and also just use this piece of equipment as well because it looked really cool. I don't really tend to worry about where I load the weight when I'm using a prime kit, so I always try and load it in the middle. Ooh. Right then, so UltraFlex gym in Rotherham. So like I said, that is now the 3rd UltraFlex gym that we've been to. There's still a couple of more that we need to try and do. So we've done Leeds, we've done Hull loads of times, and now Rotherham. I can't remember where the other ones are. I think there's one in Normanton, one in York. I think there's somewhere else that I'm missing out as well. But we'll try and get to all of them eventually, as my goal is to try and get to all of the best gyms around the UK. So that was episode number 15. So I'm going to try and get back on the road a lot more now and try and get some more gym review videos for you guys. So as always, drop it down in the comment sections below if there's any gyms that you think are worth me checking out and going over to do a review on. So, UltraFlex. One thing you can say about going to every single one of the UltraFlex gyms is that the consistency and the branding across every single one is just absolutely spot on. I just love the branding. I love the color coordination of all the equipment. It makes my OCD very satisfied. It's all black, red. They've got lots of different branded equipment, but they've kind of reupholstered it, resprayed it, so it all looks exactly the same. So aesthetically, and you'll see it when you kind of see the montage clips of the top, it just looks absolutely beautiful. Now, I was expecting big things from this gym, and it didn't disappoint. Like, one thing that was like so noticeable about this gym was it was almost like the Globo gym, where every single person in that gym was in ridiculous shape. Like, it reminds me of like dodgeball, where you've got like what was it, Average Joe's, and then you've got Globo Gym. Like, that is absolutely like the Globo Gym version of that film. So it's really, really good. The atmosphere in there is really good as well, because everyone's in good shape. It means that everyone goes in there to actually train really hard. So when you're going in there, there's just a real good buzz, a real good atmosphere. Everyone's really friendly in there. One thing to note, whoever the chap was that was working on the reception, like, customer service was absolutely spot on. And I always say this, that a lot of times when you go into independent run gyms, normally there's a grumpy ass bodybuilder behind the desk. However, in that gym, the customer service was absolutely phenomenal as well. So I was made to feel really welcome. It's also quite good to record in there as well. I've heard a few people before whinging about that gym, saying, oh, you know, you're walking in there and all you're doing is avoiding tripods and things like that. But, you know, we are in 2022. A lot of people make money through social media and content, so you got to get with the time. So it was no issue whatsoever, you know, me setting my tripod up in there. Everyone was respectful, you know, as I was to other people that were, you know, trying to record their content as well. So that was really, really good. Other things to kind of mention. Someone mentioned the last time I did a video, I didn't mention the price. So the cost for a day pass was £9, which I think is actually really reasonable for that gym, considering I come from a health club background where we charge 15 quid for a shitty gym that's full of techno gym equipment. The standard used to be about 5 quid, but I think now, especially, you know, with cost of living, etc. gone up, that has kind of increased that to about 7 quid. So I would say that £7 is probably the average across the UK to use an independent gym. So just to charge a couple of quid more than that, and because of the reputation of the gym, because of the quality of the equipment that's in the gym, you can't really grumble at paying £9 for a guest fee to go in there. And the membership rates are also very, very reasonable. Like, honestly, I'm so jealous. Whenever I go to a gym like this, I wish that I had this facility on my doorstep. Not even on my doorstep, like shit, if that was like an hour away from where I lived, I would be there every single day. Because to go into a gym where you've got like 10 plus back machines, like, you know, the same with chest, shoulders, like every workout is going to be awesome because you've got such a good variety of equipment to use. Typically when you go to a smaller gym, you've got maybe 1 or 2 pieces of equipment to choose from. Gets a little bit boring, gets a little bit stale, but that gym, you won't have that problem for a long, long time. You can imagine you can train that for years and years and years, and there's probably still bits of kit in there that you think, oh, I've not used that before. So really, really good. So overall, very, 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 very impressed with that gym. It did not disappoint. I kind of went in there with high expectations, and I found that sometimes when you go into anything with high expectations, normally it's quite hard to meet it. However, that definitely met my expectations. So if you're ever in and around the Rotherham area, definitely go and check it out. I really want to try and get over and get another session in there. I'd love to try and do legs over in there. So hope you guys enjoyed that gym review video. Like I said, drop some comments down below of any other gyms that you think I should go to. Don't forget, give the video a big, juicy, fat thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, why not? Do it now. Don't be a douche. And until next time, peace.